Hi guys, Sci-Fi Recapped here. Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna explain a 2014 award-winning science fiction movie called Ex Machina. The movie begins with Caleb, a programmer at search engine company Blue Book, winning the first prize in a company-wide competition. He gets to spend a whole week with the company's CEO, Nathan, in his residence deep in the mountains. The building is very secluded, even the helicopter that drives Caleb there is only allowed to land several miles away, then he can only walk to the front door. He is greeted by a robotic sound at the door, gets his keycard to access permitted areas within the house, and gets in. Caleb meets Nathan, who is exercising. Turns out he loves to drink until he passes out, then gets up the next day to exercise to waste his energy. Nathan walks him to his subterranean bedroom, which does not have any windows because it is actually a research facility. Caleb is curious to know more about the research conducted in the residence, but Nathan refuses to tell more unless Caleb signs a non-disclosure agreement. After signing the agreement, Caleb asks whether Nathan knows about the Turing test, which is a test conducted by humans and computer minds to test if the computer has enough ability to pass as a human. He explains further that Caleb is about to be the human subject of a Turing test he is going to conduct against an artificial intelligence android he created, named Ava. Caleb is surprised to learn Nathan's true intentions but agrees to do so anyway. Then the first session with Ava begins. She is placed within a closed chamber with glass walls so Caleb can interact while seeing her clearly. He notices that there is a crack on the wall. Through surveillance cameras and audio feeds, Nathan monitors the interaction in a separate room. After the session, Nathan asks how Caleb feels. He says he felt amazing and comments about Ava's impressive linguistic skills. The next question Nathan asks is how does she feel about Caleb, which Caleb needs to find out. At night, while trying to sleep, a power cut happens in the residence. The security protocol programs a lockdown, causing Caleb to not be able to open his door. After the power is restored, he wanders around and finds a cell phone. He is just about to pick it up when Nathan's drunk voices startle him. Turns out, it is Nathan's room. Caleb asks about the power cut, but he advises to not worry about it too much as it frequently happens, although he does not know why. The next morning, Caleb is woken up by Kyoko, a non-English speaking servant of Nathan. He attends his second session with Ava, where she shows him her sketches and asks him to tell her more about himself. Suddenly another power cut happens, which brings down the monitoring system. Knowing they are now unobserved, Ava leans in and tells Caleb to not trust Nathan. After the power is restored, she normally continues their conversation as if nothing happened. Caleb is really puzzled by the scene. When asked by Nathan after the session, Caleb only says that Ava does not react to the power cut. Nathan brings Caleb to a lab where he made Ava. Turns out her brain is made of some kind of gel, with the Blue Book search engine itself as its software. In the third session, Ava expresses that she would like to go outside and see a traffic intersection to do people watching. She wants Caleb to take her there, which Caleb implies as a date. She dresses up by wearing a dress, a cardigan, and socks to surprise him, then deduces that he is attracted to her by watching his micro-expressions. After the session, Caleb confronts Nathan about whether he programmed Ava to flirt with him and whether it is really necessary to create an AI with sexuality. Nathan is annoyed, then explains his reasons by making an analogy with a Jackson Pollock painting. He suggests that a highly functioning AI is not only able to do things automatically, but also able to do non-automatic things, such as falling in love. In the fourth session, Caleb tells Ava about when he took an AI introductory course in college, where he learned a story about Mary in a black and a white room. Mary is a scientist about color, who knows all types of colors and other related information, but spends her whole life inside a black and white room, so she never truly feels the colors. The story illustrates a computer mind, which knows all things but never truly experiences them. Once Mary steps out of her room and experiences the world firsthand, that is where her mind becomes a human mind. Ava seems interested in the story, then another power cut happens. Ava uses the moment to tell Caleb that Nathan has been telling them lies and that she is the one who triggers the power cut by reversing her charging process. Caleb and Nathan hike to a nearby waterfall. Caleb learns that the competition is only a disguise, as Nathan has chosen him all along for his Turing test. Nathan knows that he is the right person to be his test subject. Back in the residence, Caleb observes through the surveillance footage of Ava's room that Nathan walks up to her then tears up her sketches. Furious, he goes to Nathan to ask about it, but he is in a very drunk state and dances with Kyoko without answering Caleb's question. The next day, Nathan and Caleb are back in the woods, drinking. Caleb asks Nathan why he made Ava. Nathan answers that AI is inevitable, it is only a matter of when, not if AI will eventually come out. He also adds that he will improve Ava's ability and create a new model. Caleb is startled as he thinks Ava will be the latest AI model. Nathan drinks so much he passes out when they arrive back at home. Then Caleb takes out Nathan's keycard to access areas in the house restricted to him. He accesses all surveillance footage and discovers that Nathan had made several android models before Ava, which included one who repeatedly asked why she would not be let out of her chamber and hit the glass wall until it cracked. Caleb finds the previous android models inside a closet in Kyoko's room, where he also learns that Kyoko is an android as well. Meanwhile, Nathan wakes up half sober and manages to walk to his room, but cannot find his keycard to open the door. Caleb appears, pretending that Nathan hastily drops his keycard and gives it to him. Seeing how Kyoko showed off her machinery beneath her realistic skin, Caleb becomes insecure if he is truly human, then slashes his wrist until it bleeds to convince himself. At Ava's 5th session, Caleb nudges her to trigger a power cut. He talks about how Nathan is a liar and how he is going to reprogram Ava after this test. She becomes afraid, begs Caleb to help him, to which he responds by explaining his escape plan. He is going to drink with Nathan until he passes out, then takes his keycard and reprograms the house's security protocols. He needs Ava's help to trigger a power cut at 10 p.m. She agrees with the plan. Caleb asks Nathan for a drink, to which Nathan surprisingly refuses. However, he reminds that today is Caleb's last day, so he needs to tell him whether Ava passes the Turing test or not. Caleb says yes but seems uneasy. He finally confronts Nathan about his twisted intentions on his AI models, to which Nathan argues that Caleb is the one whose mind is twisted, as he saw him slashing his wrist earlier. He then takes Caleb to rewatch the footage of him tearing up Ava's drawings. He admits that he purposely did it so Ava can present the broken drawings to Caleb, manipulating Caleb that Nathan has treated her harshly. At the same moment, Nathan also installs a battery-powered camera in Ava's room, so he can watch Ava and Caleb's interactions even if the power goes down. Nathan knows that Caleb plans to get him drunk to free Ava. Caleb wonders what the real test is all along, to which Nathan replies that the one who is tested is actually Caleb. Ava needs to use all of her intelligence, either by flirting, empathizing, and manipulating to make Caleb get her out of the facility, which proves she is truly a high-functional artificial intelligence. However, Caleb already figures out if Nathan may be watching them during the power cuts, so he already reprogrammed the security protocols as he said to Ava earlier. He changed the power cut protocol from lockdown to opening all doors in the residence. Then time comes and as Ava promised, she triggers a power cut, so she can walk out of her room. She discovers the hallway and meets Kyoko there. Nathan is furious by Caleb's actions then knocks Caleb unconscious before he goes out to the hallway to confront Ava. She hits and pins him down, ignoring Nathan's pleas to stop. He is forced to destroy one of her arms, but then he is stabbed from the back by Kyoko. He fights back, completely turning Kyoko off. However, Ava stabs him once more, then leaves him bleeding in the hallway to die. She goes to Caleb in the surveillance room, who has just woken up and tells him to stay there. She then goes to Kyoko's closet and changes her appearance using other androids' body parts. She wears realistic human arms, covers her machines with skin, puts on a wig, and wears a white dress. Caleb observes her change but then realizes he is trapped inside the room and Ava will not let him out. He screams fearfully but Ava ignores him, proving she is truly manipulating him all along. After examining Nathan's house, Ava goes out to meet the helicopter driver who is actually meant to provide Caleb a ride home. She goes to a busy city and blends with the crowds, leaving hopeless Caleb back in
Run! Termination authorized.
Human in danger! Human in danger! Human in danger!
Please return to your home. A curfew is in effect. Please return to your homes. A curfew is in effect. Weapon being hazardous. Termination. Return to your homes. Return to your homes immediately.